Alright, Chapter 4. I'm going to start us right out in front of Ector's Emporium. The way to get into Chapter 4 is actually the same way we went in the last video. And it's right next to that same room where we picked up those last two items. The one Basso mission and that painting that we never got before. So far in this game, there we go. You can see the war between the Baron's Watch and Orion's Graven is definitely escalating in this level. But we're going to get right into this.
Now to see Jacob.
Yep, Orion sent us here to see Jacob.
There's a lot of panicking people in Greystone Plaza. I'm guessing it's too late to get
doesn't look like he's going to be a whole lot of help.
But I am close to Eastwick's house, the Baron's architect. If anyone knows a back door into the keep,
so we just got to keep going. Now, of all the levels that I've done so far, this is as far in the game as I've gotten. And of the first 4 chapters, this one is probably my favorite so far. I really like this one. On the way there, we got an area over on this side where we've got an item in this plant, for some reason. And on the opposite side, one more item. But this level, it's big and it's got a lot of different parts. There's a lot to do here. And it's very, very cool. I'm liking this one a lot so far. I've actually been hearing some nightmares about Chapter 5, so...
For Basso's sake, I hope the keep is built as strong
Popping down here, we've got a poppy over to the right if you need it, but more importantly, there's a anchor beam right here. And we've got an item and a collectible over on the left. And there's actually a box right next to them that's just got some more arrows in it. Which I'm not going to get because I actually filled up on arrows right before I came in here. So we're in good shape going into this. Now going up here on the left, there's a portion of the wall where you climb up. Make sure you grab everything before you climb up this wall because once you drop down, you can't come back. Yep, this way up here. But yeah, really like this level. And as far as the loading screens go, there really aren't that many loading screens in here.
Eastwick City House.
Okay, there are a lot of guards in this courtyard. For me, I found the best way to do this is to go up behind, over to this right side, and equip a blunt arrow. There's a dog on the left, so you want to be super quiet when you do this. Now this level has 4 thieving challenges, and unlike the last 2 chapters that we did, you can do all 4 thieving challenges in one run. The first 2 are the same as any other. Collect all the loot and remain undetected, but we have to pick 8 pockets, and here's the first one. And we need 10 kills or knockouts. And there's our first one of those. Now, there's a lot of guys in this level. I'm going to go ahead and open this door, but we're not going to go in. The way that I choose to go in is through this greenhouse over here. And there have been other missions that I've done in the game. I usually like to start at the bottom of a building and work my way up. Now, there's some food over to the left and a poppy on the right, but that valve turns off the steam so we can hit this switch and go in. Now, there are so many different people in this level that it's not hard to get kills and knockouts at all. There's traps coming up in this hallway. If you have the wire tool, you can disable them. If you don't have the wire tool, you can still get around them. You just need your focus on. Over this way, make a left, and there's a switch on the wall. Picking the 8 pockets, however, is a little bit of a trip. Those you have to actually work for. As soon as you come in here, there's a chef that walks down. We're in a wine cellar. And there's an item. This control box right here actually opens an elevator back in the hallway we were just in. That elevator would take you all the way to the top of this building, and you could cut out everything in between. And hold on, you want to get rid of this guard quick. But if we were to take that elevator straight up, then we would miss all of the loot in the house, and we wouldn't get that thieving challenge. Now over here, this cabinet right here, this is a save location. But we've got 2 items on the table, and food on the table. There's 3 other cabinets in here. This one, the drawer on the bottom, has food in it, and there's also food in this cabinet on the left. If you do this just right, they give you a lot of food here for a reason. If you do this just right and you manage to get to the end of this level with just 1 item of food, that's really all you need. And I'll show you why when we get there. But this house is full of birds. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm getting to really dislike these birds. 2 items in this chest. Now on the other side of these stairs, this takes us to the front entrance of the house. The guard, we're going to go in this left room first, which has another bird cage. The guard that's out there has another coin purse. And there's a switch on this table that opens a panel in the wall, but on this desk we've got a document and another item. And inside this wall safe, we've got a new weapon. Actually, this level offers us 2 new different types of arrows that we didn't have before. One of which is this blast arrow, which comes in pretty handy. Now, like I said, if you go over to the left, there's a guard out there that's got a coin purse, but we don't really need that. I'm going to go up here on the left side of the stairs. This room is the bathroom. It's got 2 items in it. And then the Mrs. bedroom is right next to it. There's her and a maid inside this room and another bird cage. Let's lose the bird. Now here she is. She is sitting next to this mantle. You have to wait till she's not looking and grab the candlestick. Oh, and it looked to me like she was facing that way. I think we should have got caught there. But if you grab her earrings, this counts as 2 of our pickpockets. We actually have 3 of the 8 pickpockets that we need. And the best reason to take out this bird is because this is one of those really difficult locks. And if you miss any of the tumblers, the bird alerts the 2 women in this room that were here. So that's the best reason to do that. Yeah, see? I would have just lost it right there if I hadn't shot that bird first. But there's 2 items in here. And there's like an egg-shaped thing. It looks like it would be a collectible, but it's not. It's just another item. But anyway, in this entire level, coin purses. The coin purses are really the only ones that you have to work for. Everything else is not hard if you know where all the loot is. Everything else is not hard. Got an item up here. Kill these lights. Now over into this room, we got 2 more candles. You don't have to take these out. I just like to. And notice, the door over to the right is open. This is the one that we opened when we took out that first guard and pickpocketed him.
Present yourself to his watch.
There's a guard up here. That room that he's banging on the door, that's actually our objective, but we can't get in that way. There's a light over here, and the only reason we came up here is for this painting. That first control box, the control box that we hid in the wine cellar, that room, if we run around to the elevator through that hallway, the elevator would take us into that room. But we'd miss all this loot. Okay, now that we've done everything else that there is to do in this part of the house, we got 1 more room.
Oh, you're saying there's a hidden entrance in here somewhere?
Which of course has a bird cage in it.
I've often seen the master enter here, but found
This is kind of a trip, and that actually works out really good right there. I like to wait till the guard is on that side of the room.
Go on then, have a look.
Put out the light, and when we get the headshot, the guard shouldn't notice because he's on the opposite side of the room. He's got our next 2 coin purses. This is 5 of the 8 that we need. And put him down. This room has 3 items in it. And 1 more over here, and to the far end of the room is a bookshelf. This bookshelf, once we find the vibration, once we find the sweet spot, come on, there it is. This takes us out into the elevator. That elevator that I was mentioning, that goes straight up. And again, you have the option to go down, but we don't need to, because we were already there. Now, for the most part, these elevators don't take too long. We have actually 3 elevator rides that we have to take at this level, none of which take that long. Coming
What's
up
Eastwick been
into
doing lately?
this room,
Admiring
there's a
the view of his
puzzle in this
collapsing
room, and that's how we get
monuments.
out.
Well, I can't leave him alone with his thoughts.
And the puzzle itself
need
will
those
throw you
plans.
at first. It'll take you a little, but once you figure out how to do it, it really isn't that tough at all. Coming out into here, there's a switch on the wall that takes us into Eastwick's room.
Well, that explains his lack of cooperation.
Yeah.
First Cornelius, now Eastwick. Being one of the Baron's associates appears to be bad for your health.
Grab this document and shoot him
One
down.
way or another, he was going to swing.
You shoot him down because he's carrying a pen. Is that a... I don't know if that was a pen or a telescope, but looked a little heavy to be a pen, but... Okay, up on this top level, this painting, this picture over here on the right, we got to grab, but there is a telescope right next to it, so we got to grab that, and then we go back to the picture. 2 switches on this picture, and these open up a diorama in the floor, and that's where the puzzle is that we have to solve. Which, once you've done that, that leads to another really cool part of this level. Come on, find it, get it. There we go. Alright.
Master Eastwick, it'll go easier on you if you come willingly.
Now, he's an architect, and he designed the Baron's Keep, the giant building that we're going to go into
You were the
when we
biggest
get out of
admirer
this.
of your own work.
Now, if you look out the window, there's the building.
Keep. That's my interest in this expensive.
So you have to make this
Guess I'll have to play
model look like that building. There's also,
the model to
if
match the
in
building?
Ector's shop, over to the right of Ector in a glass case, there is a bust of this building that's in there, and it glows like any other piece of loot. It flashes, but I haven't figured out how to get into that case yet. It's there, I just don't know how to get into the case. It leads you to believe that you can get in there because it flashes like any other piece of loot. Now, over to the left on the wall, this is actually 2 documents. One are the architectural plans for that building, and the other is the combination to the great safe that's in it.
Don't move! Don't even!
And look at this guy. He's heavily armored and he's got a shield. Okay, this is a running segment. Real easy running segment, too. I don't even know if you can die right here, actually. Granted, I haven't tried, but basically all you have to do is just run straight. That's it. Really cool.
Evening.
This just looks beautiful. Alright, keep running, keep running. Jump over here. We've got to make it over to the right and then just go straight. Yeah, that looks really cool too. And we're out. Now, the only upgrades that I did before I came into this level, I'll tell you right now, I updated my quiver capacity. So I can hold as many arrows as this game offers. That's it. And you really don't need that many to get through this level.
It would be suicide to break in through there. That should buy me back the element of surprise. And what's this?
But after this
Baron's
mission, I
great
have every
safe.
intention of going back into the
Rumored
city
to be the size of a
to the
house
portion
and
that we
filled
just
with gold.
unlocked.
Rumored that
So I want as many arrows as I can get. There's also a vendor right here, and this is great. I'm going to buy all but one of everything. But we can also buy blast arrows and sawtooth arrows now. And I'm going to load up on the blast arrows.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much, I will. Okay, hop up on these crates. Takes you up to here, and this leads to a rope. Now, the reason I bought all but one of all of these arrows is because when you drop down into this room and go up to the right, there's a box that has one of all the arrows that were not full on. Then you go through this passageway, and this leads to another cutscene. Now, I'm really liking this game so far, and it's looked really great, but it's looking like from this cutscene that it's just going to get better. The war is definitely escalating between the Baron's Watch and Orion's Graven. Falling debris everywhere. Okay, before we get out of here, in the middle of all this rubble, you go back to this side. We've got a coin purse. Go and grab it. Right next to that, over here, there's a guard that's got another coin purse. Following up the same side, there's another guard with another coin purse. And then directly on the other side. Now we can get out of here. This upcoming part is, in my opinion, the most difficult part to figure out. Yeah, you know what I mean? I just could not get this to save my life. You come up on this end. That platform right there collapses. You jump up on it and stop. Swoop to the far wall and then stop. And then aim your shot and swoop again. That platform collapses. And if you don't make it across, you can't pick up this piece of loot. It doesn't kill you, and you can actually still get out of here, but you can't climb back up here to get that loot. Okay, this is real easy. Just swoop past the flames. Nothing to it. Then we've got a running segment, which takes you into this pipe. Now there's like a giant piston in here that keeps closing real quick. Get to the other side. Get in here quick before it closes again. It'll crush you.
Graven attack has shaken the keep to its core. Still, it's a way in.
Okay, now this right here is what I was talking about earlier. If you have only one item of food, that's really all that you need to get through this part. This room is filled with noxious fumes, and they will drain Garrett's health. There's also 6 pieces of loot in here that we have to grab before we can get out. There's one here, one in the left drawer, and then right around the corner over this way, there's a locked door, which isn't one of the super easy locks. It's a 4-tumbler, so it's going to take a little bit. Not too bad, though. But notice Garrett's health is going down. Get into this room. There's a chest on the left. It's got 3 items in it. Now what I'm going to do, when I come back out of this room, there's another drawer on the right that's got an item, but there's food over to the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my food, because my inventory's full, and then grab this, and turn this wheel valve, and this is the way out of here. Health is still going down. Okay, run over to the right and drop down, and we're out of range of the fumes. Out of all the gas. And real easy lock here. Coming into this room, I'm going to hit my food one more time, because this guard has got food right there, and we're full again. We haven't lost anything. We're right back where we started. There's a collectible in this guard's hand. Over on the far wall is another plaque, which is another collectible. Then directly behind that, we've got a flask. And over to the left side there, that was a throwable, which I'm not going to worry about that. This switch opens the elevator. Now, this elevator ride isn't too long either. It takes a little bit of time. We have to go out of this elevator, do some more stuff, and then come back in, and we're actually going to go out through the top. But we've got a little bit more business to take care of before we do. We still have to save Basso. See, not too bad. Takes a little bit for the doors to open though, so you know what I mean? Whenever you're ready, here we go. Now this desk that's in front of us. There's a document on the desk. And an item in the top left drawer. Okay, circle back around, keep going. Go to the right. There's a document right here as soon as you come in, and now run back to the far wall. Hit this switch. This is where Basso is. This is where they were holding him captive.
Come.
And it looks like they were beating the shit out of him, too. Now, it's probably just my game, or maybe it's something with the disc, but the voice acting and the animation don't quite mesh up here. It's either my game or maybe my 360 is just dirty. I need to get it cleaned. I don't know. Pretty sure that doesn't happen to everybody's game. It's probably just my machine.
Thanks, Garrett. It's going a little crazy in there. I even wished I had Genevieve with me. That cum-sucking bastard. I always thought if anyone was gonna kill her, it'd be me.
Yeah, looks like it's lining itself back up.
What are you up to? Oh, wait. You're not thinking about those tall tales about the legendary Great Safe, are you?
Yeah, I think he is.
Look, Garrett. No one is paying you to risk your neck for this.
It's not about the payment. It's who I am.
Yep, it's just too tempting. The Master Thief cannot resist.
Garrett, if you get out of here alive, I mean, when you get out of here, I'll be at the Siren's Rest in the southern quarter.
Right, and then after this, we go back to the Siren's Rest, and we unlock more Basso jobs. And we also have another side mission from Vittori that we can do, and I'm going to do all of that before Chapter 5. Now, I'm going to get right up on this. This is actually this elevator trip is actually considerably long. But there's a lot going on the way up. So I'm just going to get up on this wall and look here. There's Orion's Graven invading the Baron's Keep. The war is coming to a head. And then the further up you go, there's a couple more rooms up here, and it's really hard to see through the smoke. Yeah, you can see what looks to be people down there, but you can't really tell.
Baron's vision of order and efficiency. If he truly understood.
But there's another room where there's not so much smoke. Yeah, right here. Now, I could be wrong, but those to me look like Ector's mechanical men, like an entire force of mechanical men. Okay, that's the end of our trip, and we're up. Make a right, we hop over to the next elevator and in through this passage. Be a vent right here. When we go through the vent, right next to that one is another one. And over to the right, and we're up top.
This
Throw
might
the
be
switch.
A really bad idea.
And here comes the Great Safe. This safe has
Great
two
safe.
combinations on it,
Doesn't
but we'll come back for that. Before we go up there, there's a staircase to the right.
Lockpicks.
Follow it all the way around. And got an item right here, and there's a box with more sawtooth arrows in it. Oh, good. Now there's two switches on this safe, one on either side. Hit the first switch and then run around to the other side as quickly as possible before the time runs out. Got to hit it quick. Very cool.
Eastwick must have the
Now, if you
original
just hit
code
the
in his
select
notes.
button, it automatically brings up. The first combination is 319, the second one is 018. So you don't even have to click in there and start cycling through your documents. It just pops right up, which is great. Okay, we put in the first one. When we go into the second one, we go into the next cutscene.
Didn't you know, Garrett? Greed is a sin. And you must be punished for your sins. But I understand greed, my friend. Where it comes from. You made it so easy. All I had to do was get you in the building.
Now, this guy, I haven't seen the rest of this game yet, but I'm positive there's going to be a
You
huge
see,
boss battle with this guy later. There's got to be.
I know you better than you know yourself. You'll swing from a noose in the morning, Master Thief. Guards! Seize that overgrown rat!
Now, this portion of this level right here, we're really close to the end. This can kind of throw you at first. It can be hard until you get used to it. It actually isn't really that tough. And we've done all but 2 thieving challenges so far. Actually, all but 3. One of which is to remain undetected.
Maybe Basso was
Okay,
right.
first thing I do, I go all the way over to the right.
Gold teeth in a jar
We have
inside this
5 of the 8 pickpockets that we need. I always run up this way, because there's a guard coming up on the left. Not only is he by himself, which really helps, but this guy's carrying 3 coin purses.
Very friggin' bells. I don't like this.
We get all of this, we get all of his coin purses, and we've completed that challenge. Gotta do it quick. Notice how fast these guards walk. They're really hard to sneak up on if you're chasing them. Now what I like to do here, they gave us blast arrows. They gave them to us. And there's 2 guards right here that usually always walk together. Wait till they're real close to each other. And there you go. They're gone. Now back here, this collectible is the last piece of loot in the level. We just completed that challenge too. Now there's 2 more guards. Oh, there they are right there. That was easy. They go up this way and they go up this staircase. So I'll go ahead and aim. And they're gone. I mean, they gave them to us. We might as well use them. There's only 1 more guard. And it's best to save him for last because he's right over where the safe is. Great, he's coming this way. I don't want to blow this. But this is the end of the level. I sure as hell don't want to blow this now.
Very friggin' bells. I don't like this.
Okay, now from behind, I'm not going to get the headshot because of his helmet. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. And very nice. Now, everything that's left is cake. He's sitting right next to this. But before we go in, let's check our objectives. Alright, remain undetected, 8 pockets, 10 kills or knockouts, and all the loot. We did it. That's everything there is to do. This isn't, however, this isn't the end of the level. There's another segment after this where there's no danger. But it takes a little bit. And inside the safe, this giant safe, is one thing. 1 stone fragment. Apparently the primal stone that exploded in the prologue, it blew into pieces. And it goes black. And basically all you got to do here is just walk forward and grab these poppies. There should be 3 of them. And then just keep walking.
You filthy children will do as I say, or you'll feel the sting of my whip. Come here, boy.
There's pain here. Screaming, the sick and the dying. I can't block it out anymore. It hurts, Garrett.
For this segment here, you're just following Aaron through all the smoke.
But underneath all the noise lie the whispers. Follow me, Garrett, and I'll tell you a secret.
This doesn't really advance the story, though. I kind of wanted to get some more backstory on Aaron.
You grow up strong when you grow up alone. There's no one to help you up.
No one to hold you back.
Is that why you let me go, Garrett? Because I was the only family you had?
And this part of this level is creepy, and it's really cool. I like it, but it doesn't really advance the story. I really don't know any more about what's going on with Aaron than I did before.
Knows best.
I tried to help, but you wouldn't listen.
You know, I was just thinking the same thing about you. I'm going to make them stop. I want to sleep like you did.
Now this part, you can't run, you can't sprint, you just keep walking forward.
He's here. You want to know what happened? Where you've been? Come to the asylum. Moira harbors truths others would sooner forget.
Yes, go to the asylum, which is Chapter 5, and I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard some horror stories about Chapter 5.
You're here to save me? Then you'll need a key. Look behind you. Just steal it. You've never hesitated before.
Yeah. A little bit of a jump scare there. Not too bad. Just, you know. Man, what's going on? What's going on? Everything's spinning. And this is our last cutscene.
That didn't quite go according to plan. But at least I'm alive. I need to get back to the clock tower and clear my head.
Alright, very nice. This, again, I'll say it again. Of everything we've done so far, this is probably my favorite chapter in the game so far. I really, really like this one a lot. But again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.